Hello.
How are you? Is this thing on?
I do believe it's working.
And we're back yet again.
We're here
with another FlagBeast Podcast. No guest this week.
No guest this week.
No guest this week. Been a very busy
Special
week.
guest next week, though.
Special guest next week. We're getting somebody of the female persuasion on next week.
Fan favorite.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
By a long shot.
And we don't disagree. Not in the slightest. So excited for our guest picker next week.
Yes, definitely
excited. I'm going to flip the script. How was your flag week, sir?
Be completely honest. I was about to say I don't remember, but then I had to look at your face and I remember. Yeah, I was drunk on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was hungover.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it. Like slowly but surely, like
alcohol's bad. I'm good.
As the day progressed, my game progressively got slower and slower.
I
started fast and ended up very slow. Like my last game, I probably played literally maybe like 5 snaps.
He was pale.
Like I threw up before I came to the field. I threw up at the field. I threw up after I left the field.
Casper the Ghost.
What?
You were beside yourself.
Bro, I was hot. I don't know. I just don't recommend it for a lot of people, especially for myself.
Yeah, that was
I'm getting up there in age, so I can't really do that anymore.
Hey, some people will tell you otherwise, huh?
It's not me. Don't include me in none of those festivities. How was your week?
I had no flag at all. I was chilling.
Okay.
My filming was sadly cut short because of the weather.
Okay. But for the game that you did film,
I filmed 2 games, and I filmed half of one. I was taking pictures a good bit of the time, and then I was able to get the mic'd up that you guys saw yesterday posted on the page. If you haven't, go check it out. I feel like it's going to be one of the best mic'd ups on the channel as far as performance goes. And then the other game I got was 𝙒𝙃𝙀𝙎 versus Queen FBM, the game of the week.
Okay. Bet.
So I missed the first touchdown there because I was still getting set up, but I do believe Jules had a touchdown before I had gotten over there. So you'll miss that in the video, but you'll see everything else. Sorry, Jules.
Okay. And then also shout out to our week 5 winner of the 5 for 5,
Mr. Pickett himself.
Mr. Pickett picked his picks right. Even though the day was cut short, we just cut it down to the 3 games. And he won off the tiebreaker, so that shows how important the tiebreaker game is.
Yep, really think about the scores there.
So put in the scores when you put in your picks, because that could be the difference between you winning and you losing.
Right.
So obviously we have the scores in front of us. I see a lot of donuts on the board. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros.
So you know,
some of those being, I do believe Supreme had their first canceled games in my knowledge.
But they didn't have. But those weren't zeros on the board.
They weren't. Yeah, you're right. They weren't zeros.
They just weren't played.
Yeah, they weren't played at all, which just was odd because we were wondering that. I was wondering that on the way home. I was like, man, I don't think they can play. Like the way it was raining, like right down the street from the fields. But some of the games got played, and some of them didn't. So
it rained and then it stopped raining. I'm guessing because I left.
Because some teams stuck it out and stayed out. Yeah.
Played out there. So you know, per usual, what are some games that catch your eye?
I mean,
off the dribble.
The family, of course. I mean,
right.
Them losing 3 games was not expected, of course, even to our picks because we didn't predict that at all. But
it wasn't 3 games by a lot though. I mean, we never should expect a lot, but
no,
the 1 point lost to Bad Blood. I believe they had
you'll see that highlight coming soon too of how that game ended. It was an amazing play.
𝙃𝙀𝙍𝙍
on the last play of the game.
And then you have a 2-point loss to Florida. So you have 4 points made the difference in 3 losses for them.
That's what happens when great teams play each other, right?
So
it comes down to, it seems like some people at times it's like, oh, it's just one little mistake, and you think people harp on it too much, but you can tell when it's 2 top teams, that one mistake really is going to be the difference in the outcome of the game, as you saw in the Rubicons.
Yep.
The Rubicons Bad Blood game. It was multiple mistakes, but one less mistake could have resulted in the difference in the game.
Yep. And that's just in men's. In women's, I believe this is like maybe the 2nd or 3rd time Mayhem when they've played Ciampa, they've gone to multiple overtimes.
Oh my, yeah, it's like every time now.
So
that game was crazy.
They went to 3 overtimes, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a really good game to watch from the sidelines. Did
you see how it ended too?
I watched. So
controversial play at the end there. I didn't have it on film, or else it would have been a good one to look at. But
in the second overtime, I know Mayhem scored, but then they got called for Z stepped over the line.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
That got taken back, so they had to go to a third overtime. I forgot who Z threw the ball to, but they scored obviously, and then Ciampa had a chance to score, and I believe
pull right at the goal line,
was
right?
right at the goal line, but the ball was extended. So that's one of those sight calls of the ref. Like, if you're on the line, does it look like it's in? Was the flag pull? So it's like one of those.
Is it ball and hips? Is it, you know?
Well,
what I mean?
we know it's ball, but it's one of those deals like, was it pulled before the ball was extended? Was it pulled as the ball was extended? If the ball was extended, how close was it to the goal line?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's like real tight knit in those type of games.
Oh man, you say it's ball out there, man, but I've heard ball and hips. I've heard ball. I've heard everything out there.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
and then probably, I don't think too much.
Nothing in co-ed really crazy, right?
I mean, I don't really see too much off of co-ed that's like really too much of a shocker.
The same goes for 35 and up.
35 and up probably went
as
to
that
plan.
You know, exactly.
4-man probably nothing. Maybe Bad Blood beating Blazers by as much as they did, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
But I do want to shout out two teams we were discussing at the field of the two teams that shut us up.
The shut me up teams of the week.
So a moment of silence for Mayhem. Okay. And then also a moment of silence for Bad Blood, because they are still undefeated in every format that they have a team in. So moment of silence. Okay, so that's that.
Way to ball out, guys. Way to shut us up.
Yeah,
there.
Way to shut us up. Definitely.
We will take all of the performances into consideration before we make such absurd picks again, as you guys like to describe them. Terrible picks. Horrible. Need I go on?
Atrocious.
I love that word. Great
Garbage.
word.
And if you're Spanish, basura.
I was about to say, you got it? I saw it run out your head as soon as you went to go say it.
So, needless to say, those are our scores for the week.
Yep.
If we scroll up a little bit, I believe we will have our players of the week.
Oh, yeah. We can I didn't save these. Greg, with the heat. Go check out Greg. Tag your friends. Tag your mom. Tag your dad.
So, players of the week. Scroll down a little bit. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Players of the week. Britt Brew, Ciampa Bay. If I'm not mistaken, I think that might actually be the quarterback. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
And then we got Mr. Bang 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 himself.
Yep. Bang Bang.
It ain't no secret.
Myron. DB, Daniel Brown, 𝙒𝙃𝙄𝙎.
He had a hell of a day. He had a hell of a day.
We have the center from Blood Riders for 35 and up.
Yeah.
You have Chris,
which
always a mainstay.
The center from Blood Riders had at least
watching the game.
15 to he had 15 to 20 catches.
It's like they had a strategy against Rubicons to put the ball in both the quarterback's hands and just leave the middle open because they knew it was going to be open. So, also Chris and Theo representing the co-ed. So both of them quarterbacking their teams. And then also Mr. Joe.
Theo, a quarterback. It's impressive. I'm not going to lie.
Very good IQ.
Yeah, I was about to say it's very impressive.
Very good IQ. And then
Shouts out
Joe
Theo.
at Bad Blood representing. I'm gonna make the assumption for 4-man.
He had a pick in the 35 and up game against Rubicons as well.
I seen that.
That game had everything. Y'all have to go watch that game. It had It was such a good game. Such a good game. Shouts out to all y'all. Congratulations on your players of the week. I'm glad I closed all those tabs.
Obviously, next week or whenever you back at Supreme, go see Alex in his tent. He will have your Supreme T-shirt
and shop some gear with him too. Man makes great apparel.
All right, so
logos, schedule, all that.
As we said before, probably about 2 weeks ago, July was going to be a heavy schedule month.
Yeah, I thought this one was smaller, and then we counted them up.
One more game than last week. One more.
So. All right, so we're gonna Gatlin gun these things off because last episode was an hour, which isn't the worst, but that's pretty long. So let's try to see if we can keep this one at 45 minutes here.
All right, here we go.
Okay, that's the first week.
Also, of note, we are still at a 1-game break between us two.
Oh, my goodness.
For the third week. For the third week, we've tied.
We had 14 discrepancies last week.
And the crazy part is, even with all the cancellations, the only game we we had a discrepancy on was the Dynasty Blood Riders game.
Yeah, which that's it. So
that was the only game we would have.
So you could have had your comeback. This could have been the week, which honestly is more boring if we would have been tied right now. So, you know, hey, it's a win. It's a win by 2 situation, right?
Yeah,
you know,
picks can't be that bad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so this week, we're
starting in women's, right?
Yep, the women's, ladies first.
Make your move in B3.
I'm gonna go with Make Your Move. I'm gonna go with Make Your Move.
We're gonna go with Make Your Move.
Yeah. Early in the morning, I'm gonna go with Make Your Move. If this is a later day game, I'll probably go B3. But early in the morning, I'm gonna go Make Your Move because I think they'll be ready for that.
I'm going B3.
Okay. Plus, another thing, I don't know if all of B3 is actually gonna be there. So
I assume they wouldn't be on the schedule though if they weren't ready to go. But we'll see.
Yo. B3 Rugrats. That's when B3 wakes up. So I give B3 that game at 9:40.
B3 there as well.
Make Your Move Mayhem.
I'm gonna
learn my lesson with Mayhem. Go Mayhem. Yep. Make Your Move and Rugrats. I'm gonna go with. I think they know each other. I think they're from the same area. So I'm gonna go Rugrats.
You're going Rugrats here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rugrats.
They played each other in Palm Beach when I went down there a couple months ago.
Okay.
And it was, if I'm not mistaken, that game came down to the wire. This is a tough one.
I want to say they played each other at Turf Wars, but I don't know. They may not have. I think they might have been on opposite sides of the bracket.
I'm
gonna go Rugrats.
I'm gonna go Rugrats here as well. This is a 1 possession game.
Okay.
This could even be an extra point.
Okay.
Type game.
B3 Mayhem. I'm gonna go Mayhem.
I'm gonna go Mayhem as well.
Rugrats and Queens of Havoc. I'm going
Rug.
I'm gonna go Rugrats. B3.
Still love you, Queens of Havoc.
B3 and Make Your Move. I'm gonna go.
They play again.
Do they?
Yeah, they play. That was the first game we picked.
Okay. So then the second game.
You're going B3. Then the
second game I go B3. Second game I go B3.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I say they split.
So, yeah. I'm going B3 again there though. I'm gonna take them winning both matches.
Okay, and then Make Your Move and Lady High Five. Make Your Move. I give Make Your Move that vote of confidence in that game.
Lady High Five beat them in Turf Wars, so I'm gonna go High Five.
Okay. Make Your Move and Rugrats. I think that's the second time they're playing for the day. Yeah, because they played earlier that morning. I'm going to go Rugrats again.
Man.
It's hard to beat a team twice in a day.
Yeah, I know. I'm dogging Make Your Move right now, though, and I like them as a team. I definitely don't think that they're a bad team, but.
Actually, you know what? Give me Make Your Move. Because at that point, Rugrats would have played also co-ed. So give me Make Your Move.
Oh, yeah, what time this game is towards the end of the day, huh?
Yeah, so give me Make Your Move at that later.
Oh, yeah, they play us before that, right? When do we play? Oh, yeah, y'all going to be tired. I'm going to Make Your Move. I'm finna run y'all ragged.
So, yeah,
y'all going to be, Rugrats, y'all going to be tired.
So, Make Your Move at the 1 o'clock matchup. And then our
we'll talk about that
5 for 5 pick is Lady High Five versus Queens of Havoc.
Yep. At the end.
5
so
co-ed.
5 co-ed.
Rugrats and Silent Killers. Give me
Silent.
Give me Silent Killers. Vintage and Hips and Dips.
This is gonna be a good game right here.
I'm gonna take Vintage. Because I don't know who Hips and Dips quarterback is. I think it's Kurt. I'm not sure if he was just filling in that week. Because I know for a fact it's not Mason. Mason plays with 5 stars. Yeah. So I'm gonna take Vintage.
Dang, man. This is a tough one.
I know you want to say Hips and Dips.
Give me Hips.
Okay. FlagBeast versus Vintage. No discrepancy there. You know where we're going.
Bam.
Silent Killers and Mayhem.
Give me Mayhem.
Mayhem. That's going to be the
Supreme
game of the week.
Yep.
So that's A's last season's.
What was the women's game of the week for Supreme?
I want to say. I don't think he announced it yet.
I was about to say, looking at it, it should be B3 and Mayhem, but
I don't think he's announced it.
Yeah, it should be B3 Mayhem. Just looking at the schedule.
But yeah, Silent Killers Mayhem. Those
501st Vintage. What you got?
Give me Vintage.
Yeah, give me Vintage there as well. 501st. You guys have been playing really well, so maybe this is the week that they pull it together. Silent Killers 501st. Give me Silent
Killers. FlagBeast and Rugrats. We know where we're going.
Yep.
FlagBeast 501st. You know where we're going.
TTG running again.
Give me Run It Again. Give me Run It Again. The girls, because of the girls. TTG has a good team. I don't think they have the girls to win that game.
Yeah, give me Run It Again as well. That's literally what I was stuck on. I was like, I know the guys on TTG are good. I just don't know what girls they're bringing.
TBD and Gassed Up. Give me TBD.
Yeah, give me TBD.
Rugrats and Mayhem. Give me Mayhem.
All right.
TTG versus Florida versus everybody. Florida versus everybody. Our game is game of the week.
Y'all know where we're going. Y'all know where we're going. We'll just pick the score at the end, though.
Run It Again and Team Titus. Give me Run It Again.
Yep, agreed. Give me Mayhem.
And then also Rugrats versus Team Titus.
Rug.
Bet. Four man. Let's go with Mafia and Karma. I'm gonna
give me Karma.
Give me Mafia. Okay. Karma Flashbang. Give me Karma. Give me Karma in that game.
Give me Flashbang.
Okay. Mafia and Show Me. Give me Show Me.
1 second. I'm falling behind here. I wrote the wrong damn team name.
Okay.
All right, Karma, and then you went Karma, and I went Flashbang.
Yeah. And then Mafia, Show Me. Give me Show Me.
That's our game of the week, so I'll say.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll come back to that.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and mark you, though, just in case, because I'll think about it. Show Me ATA. Give me Show Me. Ooh.
Give me Show Me also.
Yeah, give me Show Me.
Give me Show Me also. Mafia and Straw Hats. Give me Straws.
Mason and 4 Man is strong.
Give me Straw Hats and a Mafia matchup.
Yeah, give me Straw Hats too. Give me Nuketown over. No.
You gonna pick them?
Fuck no.
You not picking Nuketown?
Oh man.
I'm picking Nuketown, bro. They went. They won last week. They didn't have no forfeits.
Yeah, they did show up.
Give me Nuketown versus Don't Blink.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. Don't Blink. Yeah, you've never shown me it. Give me Nuketown.
Wow.
I've told him in person. Like, bro, I've kept it honest with him every time, just like Zalando. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they respect me, bro. I keep it real. Which Zalando, speaking on them, they played the family very well. You didn't
athletes for athletes.
But you can have athletes, but like I said, to show up and play, you have to show up and play. Okay. Which I've spoken honestly about Zalando before. It's just like they started out so hot, and then the last couple seasons have been cold, and it was refreshing to see them play like that. The first game of the day, you know, that they played. So
do you think that was more Zalando playing or family waking up?
Both.
Okay.
Because Zalando was definitely playing. Like, their energy was high. They wanted to win that game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you know, you're going to play up to the family. Especially the family, though. Yeah, you could say you'll play up to your competition, but when you know you have no other choice because you don't want to lose by 40.
Right.
You know, so Zalando, shouts out to y'all. Y'all looked real good out there.
Karma, ATA. Give me ATA.
Give me ATA as well.
Shotta Gang and Straw Hats.
This is a good game.
Give me Shotta Gang.
Give me Shotta Gang as well, but
Shotta Gang.
Man, Straw Hats, good team.
Karma versus Bomba Clot. Give me Karma.
Give me Karma. Love you, ladies. Y'all gonna prove us wrong.
Mafia versus Flashbang. Give me Mafia.
They already played, right? No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't. Give me Mafia in that matchup.
Yeah, give me Mafia there. I want to disagree with you. I'm going Flash.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're agreeing too much right now. I'm thinking about it. I'm probably just gonna.
You should know.
Huh?
It's.
That's how I'm gonna get up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being only up one.
Take
a chance. That's
why. Don't take a chance.
I am. That's why I'm up one.
Hey, it is what it is.
That's why I'm up one.
Wow.
Yo.
Shotta Gang versus Nuketown. Give me Shotta.
Give me Shotta Gang.
I believe Shotta Gang versus Nightmares is no. It's Show Me. It's Show Me versus our 4-man game.
Oh, ours. I thought you were talking about the Supreme one.
I think
Supreme one had Nightmares in it, did it not?
It might have. I'm not sure. Shotta Gang versus Nightmares. Give me Shotta.
Yep.
Mafia versus Bomba Clock. Give me Mafia.
Yep.
Karma versus Nuketown. Give me Nuketown. You going with Karma?
Donnie, you let me down this time.
Never again will he pick you.
Man. So if I have to think about it, never again will I pick them.
So you're going Karma?
I'm going Karma.
Okay. Don't Blink versus Cherubus. You told me, you gave me information on them, so I'm gonna take them.
Yeah.
Then Cherubus versus Flashbang. Give me Cherubus.
Cerebus, bro.
And then Bombaclot versus Nightmares. Give me Nightmares.
Agreed. 35 and up.
35s to 35ers.
Oh, we have a championship
rematch. Give me the Fighting Rubicons.
Agreed. I was gonna say I think they bounced back after a big loss last week.
AB and Core, that's our 5 for 5.
Yep.
And then you have Rubicons High Voltage. Give me Rubicons.
Yep.
Core versus Dynasty. Give me Dynasty. Give me Dynasty.
Give me Core.
Okay. ABN High Voltage. Give me ABN. Dynasty versus ABN. Give me ABN in the first matchup.
Yeah, I would say they play twice.
Yeah, give me ABN in the first matchup, Dynasty in the second matchup.
Give me Dynasty both games.
Okay.
You said ABN first?
Yeah, and then Dynasty the second one. Or I just have them splitting.
Yeah, I got you.
I have them splitting.
The first game. No.
Well, we wouldn't know because when he drops the schedule, we don't know what time was what game.
No, we're going to ask E.
Okay.
That's what we're going to ask him because that's kind of important because the
so
time
we have to
that
do
they
that.
play each
So
other
we have to
matters.
do that for the women's games also.
Yes.
Then.
So when we make sure we can message each of the, we know a girl and a guy from each team.
Okay.
We can figure it out ourselves and do some research because that does matter because we do pick games based on what time people play, and so it does matter, like who we say is going to win the first game and the second game.
So just put the time slot next to.
Okay. So what's the first one at?
The first one,
For Dynasty ABN.
That's gonna be at Dynasty ABN, 12:20, and then the second one is at 1:40.
Bet. All right, sounds good.
And then women's, if you go back to the women's, I believe they have
Make Your Move in Rugrats or B3, right? Yeah,
might be double games. Make Your Move in B3. They play at
the first one's when
9:00. So 9:00 I have Make Your Move.
Yep.
And then at 11:40 I have B3.
Gotcha.
And then also, was it Rugrats and Make Your Move? Yeah. And then at 10:20, did I pick Rugrats for both?
No, we picked Make Your Move in the second game.
Okay, so
the first game is when?
Rugrats and Make Your Move, the first game is going to be at 10:20. And then the second game is at 1:00.
Okay.
All right, bet.
All right, cool. Yeah, no, that's because we make picks for reasons like that, so it's important to know which one is actually right.
I got you.
Because we, like, in a split decision like this, because we would just pick, oh, yeah, see, they went 1-1, whatever, but we actually could have gotten both of them wrong.
Yeah.
So,
so
flip-flop. So now going into 5-man, we have high-stakes Dread Gods.
Give me Dread Gods.
Dread Gods as well at 9 o'clock in the morning.
501st versus Don't Blink. 501st. On Site versus Nuke. Give me On Site.
Is D-Rat playing with them?
I believe he is.
Give me On Site then.
Okay. Blazers B3. Give me Blazers.
Blazers.
Double up versus give me Top.
Yeah.
Show Me versus ATA. Give me Show Me.
Yep. That's a game of the week next. Night and Dread. That's
B3,
our game of the week.
Yeah, B3 versus Don't Blink. Give me B3.
B3.
Blazers versus Double Up. Blazers.
Didn't they? No, that was B3.
ATA versus Rugrats. Give me ATA.
Yep. No disagreements is here.
B3 Sipping. Give me B3.
Yep.
Dread Guys versus Flash. Dread.
This is boring.
High Stakes versus Nightmares. Give me Nightmares.
We disagreed on this game last time, and Nightmares beat High Stakes on the last play of the game because Matt was out of bounds, remember?
I picked Nightmares.
Yeah, I know. And we split. I picked High Stakes last time.
Give me Nightmares.
Wow,
that's weird. I don't think we've ever had a season where two men's teams had to play twice.
Yeah.
Other than 35
but
and up.
This is a good game to play again because, like I said, I know High Stakes is pissed about that.
So you taking them again?
I'm really thinking, you know what? I really do like Nightmares and how they've been playing, though. Hold on, let me get a clock.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, we're splitting. I said if I'm thinking about it, I'm fucking disagreeing with you. Damn,
On
I'm
site.
cussing so much this episode. My fault, y'all.
On site versus make it happen. You know what? Give me make it happen in that game.
Against on site?
Yeah. Because make it happen is 5-man team. Adams at quarterback, but they still have Reagan, I want to say.
Reagan plays for Mafia.
So maybe he was just filling in.
Yeah, I was about to say Reagan play for Mafia, don't he? Or he could play for Nuketown. I mean, shit.
Either way, give me make it happen. Give me make it happen in that game.
You know, man, make it happen. Y'all really disappointed me last week.
Give me make it happen.
I hope y'all get it together. Are you
taking make it happen also?
No, I'm taking on site, man.
Okay. Blazers and Chaos. Give me Blazers. Sippin' and Surge.
1 second, gotta flip the page here.
Sippin' and Surge.
Chaos, Blazers, Sippin', Surge.
Give me Sippin'.
Give me Surge.
Okay. Make it happen, Blazers. Give me Blazers.
Man, that one's gonna come back to bite me, but I'm going with my guy Surge. Make it happen, Blazers. Give me Blazers, right?
Yep, I got Blazers also.
Got you.
Rocky versus Limited Edition. Give me Rocky.
Rocky. Rugrats and Chaos. Give me Chaos.
Give me... You say you're taking Chaos? Mm-hmm. Give me Rugrats in that matchup.
I believe in the Fighting Noahs.
And I believe in the Rats of Rugs.
Anarchy Straw. Ooh.
Give me Straw Hats.
Agreed. Al is going to kill me. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry, Al.
Hey, man.
No, we're good. We're good.
Nightmares versus Make It Happen.
Give me Nightmares.
Give me Nightmares also. Surge versus Average Joe's. Give me Surge. High Stakes versus Show Me. Give me Show Me.
Ooh.
Okay. Rugrats versus Flashbang. Give me Rugrats.
Give me Flashbang.
Juice versus Make It Happen. Give me Make It Happen.
Give me Make It Happen.
Anarchy and Chaos. Give me Anarchy.
Give me Anarchy.
Yeah, you better do that. I was gonna come for your neck. Make It Happen versus Chaos. Give me Chaos in that matchup.
Yeah, give me Chaos there as well.
Anarchy, Average Joe's, Anarchy.
I'm taking Joe's. I'm just kidding. I'm going Anarchy.
Al is on your top. And then Juice versus Anarchy. Straw Hats.
Give me Straw.
Give me Straw also. Wow.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's funny.
That's crazy.
You know what? And I forgot you had told me he said that literally until I picked against him.
Al's gonna choke slam your ass.
Did I pick against Vintage too?
Yeah, you did earlier.
Oh my gosh, I'm burying myself a hole.
I believe you did.
Man, I gotta take some videos of Al now.
Oh no, we haven't. Well, no, I don't think you did.
I picked Tips and Dips against Vintage,
oh.
And then we're gonna beat them. So, you got your wish, Al. You wanted to play me so that I could rush you. But will I rush you? We'll see.
All right.
You don't ever let me get close to you. So why would I even rush you?
5 for 5, 5 for 5, 5 for 5. So in women's, 5 for 5.
Lady High Five, Queens of Havoc. What you got?
You know what? Give me Queens of Havoc.
Give me High Five.
Because I think Maria's been doing really good at quarterback. She has a little spin move that she does.
I've seen it.
So it looks like a little signature move that she has.
High Five doesn't have Shy right now either because she broke her finger, so that's a tough loss right there. But
so give me Queens of Havoc to get it done in this 5 for 5 matchup. Give me a score of, we're gonna say, I think they go to overtime.
I'm going 12-6.
I think they go to overtime, and I think it's a 13-12 game. I think they go to overtime.
Sounds good. On to 5 co-ed. We've got us against Mayhem. You know we like us.
I do like us.
What's the score going to be, bro?
I'm giving us a score of... Give me a score of... Because I'm thinking... What is that? Give me a score of 28-25. Or actually, no. Give me a score of 30-29. 30-29. Because we know how important girl scores are.
I was thinking 27-24.
I was going to go that. I was going to go 28-25, but I think it's going to be 30-29.
27-24.
Okay.
It's going to be a good game. We haven't gotten to play against Chris in a while.
Good matchup. Good IQ matchup.
Always fun.
Yep.
Didn't they beat our ass last time? Didn't they?
Yes and no.
It was 2 scores, right?
But it was a late score that put them up 2 scores.
That put them up 2.
Yeah.
But
we had a chance. We were there.
But we were losing until we had a moment, and then we lost that moment. So we did play them pretty well last time. So we just gotta keep doing our thing, because every time we played Mayhem, we played them better. So
we're coming, Chris.
How long has this been off for? Not that long, because I looked at myself a little bit ago. Okay.
All right, 4-man Mafia and Show Me. I'm gonna take the Fighting Show Me's. Like we said, Mason in 4-man is a very good quarterback. Not to say he's not in 5-man, but 4-man.
He's definitely better in 4-man than 5-man.
So I'm gonna take Show Me with the score of they're playing Mafia. Mafia might put up a little bit of points.
I'm gonna go 19-18.
19-18. I was thinking maybe give me 28 to 28-16. Yeah, 28-16. Give me that score.
Good.
What we at? 35 and up.
ABN versus Core.
So ABN is coming off of a season where they were in a championship and they lost.
Yep.
They didn't lose by a lot either. It was
a good game.
I'm not mistaken.
No, it was a really good game.
Core
Check it out. It's on the page.
Core is the former 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙍𝙍 team. I'm gonna go ABN. I think ABN wins possibly in the same fashion as what happened last week in 35 up game of the week. So I'll put the score at 14-13.
I'm going 13-12 Core.
Okay. 13-12. Okay.
Then we got Dread Gods versus Nightmares. Who you got?
I'm gonna take. I really want to take Nightmares, but watching the way Daniel played last week and the team was like gelling together, give me Dread Gods. Give me Dread Gods.
Agreed.
Actually, no.
You're going Nightmares.
Give me Nightmares.
All right.
Give me Nightmares.
Yeah, I'm going Dread Gods.
Give me Nightmares in that matchup. Nightmares win. We'll say 3 touchdowns. So we'll say Nightmares wins 22-20.
I'm gonna go 26-24.
Okay.
Then, what is that freaking lawn guy? Okay. Let's see who's at the door. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Then we got. That's it. Oh, yeah, that's just a long 5-man list. That's it, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to count up the discrepancies.
Remember to get you guys picks in.
Get them in.
The tiebreaker game of the week is going to be FlagBeast versus Mayhem. So that will be the difference between you winning and losing.
And all y'all going to pick against us.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to pick against. And that's fine.
I mean, history shows that that's the right move.
Yeah.
So.
To your heart's content.
But we're going to
do
our best to bust.
You can't win them all. You cannot win them all. And I'm talking about you making your right picks.
You know, maybe we won't double. If no one wins this week because we beat Mayhem, I don't think we should double up next week. It's their fault for not picking us. Man. We'll see. We'll think about it. Depends on how spiteful we're feeling next week. But, you know, we'll probably end up like tripling up on barbecue or something.
Possibly.
So, all right. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or no, not 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Say it's like
14, 15, 16.
I think it's like 20.
17, 18, 19. Yep, it's 20 discrepancies. So we have 20 opportunities to break the record of us tying the last 3 weeks and me only being up by 1. 20. This, I think, is the most discrepancies we've had.
Probably so. It's a lot of discrepancies.
I did so bad in men's last week. Speaking to that, actually.
You went undefeated on women's, though. Women's and co-ed, you did
I went 25-1 in women's and co-ed picks last week.
Who was the one game that you messed up on? Well, we messed up because we picked against them. Mayhem.
Against Gusta.
Picked against Mayhem.
Yeah, they let me have it. Yep. So last week I was 47-21, and you were 47-21. And freaking, what was it, dude? And men's, I went 4-6-4, man. Freaking terrible. And then, what is it? Freaking 21-19, or no, 15-12, 15-12 and 5-man. You went 17-10. Yeah, man, I've been bad at picking the men's teams. Catch me in co-ed and women's though. I'm on point. You know what I mean? But that's a podcast, ain't it?
It's a very good podcast, sir.
Anything else we got to add?
No. Get your picks in. Next week,
Hydrate.
We'll talk about that next week. But,
put weights on your tents, people.
Yes.
A tent flipped over and hit somebody in the head and hurt them.
So
put weights on your tents, bro.
Yes.
Those things they're heavy, and the wind is strong. Yeah, it could have flown into more games.
So
please, yeah, put weights on your tents, please.
Hydrate.
Pick up your trash.
Yeah, trash. Please pick up your trash. Make sure you get your good food out there.
Yeah.
Barbecue, aunties. The
fruit bowls. Got the lemonade man walking around. I don't know. I need to reintroduce myself to him because I did a while ago, but I forgot his name. You know, the dude who walks around with the lemonades. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to everybody.
Oh, now that I'm looking at his schedule, the commish will be in full commish mode this week.
Oh, he's not on the schedule. He's done.
He has no games this week,
so y'all look out for Tone on the live. So he'll be on the live and doing his thing.
Full commish mode, walking around.
Oh yeah, they finished 8-2, ain't they?
And men's, yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go, Outlaws.
So, real quick as we close the show, because normally we open it with a couple of questions, but we'll close it with these couple of questions, right?
Yes, sir.
Question 1, right?
Understood.
Where do you feel? Obviously, we play with the same teams majority of the time. At this point, what are you leaning towards for nationals and worlds? Or are you 50-50?
I'm literally 50-50.
Okay.
Because from a business perspective, you know, they both want me there filming.
Okay.
And I would love to film for both of them if, of course, that were possible, but that's not possible.
Right.
Them being on the same weekends. And so it really is going to come down to, one, of course, what's the most beneficial for the business, and two, what's best for us and our team, you know what I mean? Because if both of those things are equal, like say the financials are both equal,
right, then
it really is just up to y'all in the team and where you guys want to go, because I got love for both organizations. Like neither one has messed me over.
Right.
So I
think the biggest difference in what I'm reading comments wise amongst everybody is whether you, obviously Florida teams play a lot of Florida teams. We play a lot of South teams. We see the same teams predominantly. Yeah. And I think the fear that a lot of people are having is that if they go to one organization over the other, they'll end up playing the same competition.
Because of just who ends up being there.
Versus playing like a wider array of teams.
Yeah.
So competition level will still be high. However,
but you would rather play...
You would rather play different.
Some people might want to play lower comp if they get to play different team. Not lower comp like A to B. We're still talking A teams here, but
different faces.
But different faces, because like it does get boring and it gets old to play the same teams. But that's what happens when you play the best teams all the time and some of the better teams. You end up just
teams are going to be the better teams.
They're just going to be there. They're going to be everywhere. I mean, it's speaking. For us and people around us here in Florida, we can't go to a tournament without dealing with the same people that are from here. Yeah. Whether they be on a whole Florida team or one or two of them are on some Carolina team or some, you know what I'm saying, or, some Maryland team, if they pick up a couple of our guys, because a lot of those teams that are from out of state, they are a couple Florida dudes away from a couple Texas dudes away, from being a dominant team like that, you know what I mean? So that's why, you just see just a lot of Florida guys. We can just go, hey, who needs one? And we can go to any freaking tournament, really. Yeah. We just, we got it like that down here because we play the comp all the time. What the people that have their knees shaking when they step on the field with some of these cats, we literally see them every week.
And locals.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, so to that point, like me personally, I would rather play new faces.
Okay.
Because, we play all the time, and we play these same good teams all the time. So it's like, Not because they're good, I don't want to play them, but it's just like it would be nice to play other teams, which is why when we play B2 every time we go to a tournament.
It's not a tournament if we don't play B2.
It's not a tournament if we don't play B2. Shouts out to them guys there. Shout out to them guys there, boy.
And then I will probably, the second question, we kind of had a discussion on the Supreme page about it, about the schedule and who you play and top teams playing top teams and some teams ducking other teams. How do you feel about that?
You can't really say it's like purposefully ducking unless you would like know that teams are going to be at tournaments and that's when you decide to play 5 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that would really be like the only way in the current scheduling format that you could like duck is just if you know there's big tournaments and certain teams aren't going to be there. Right. Like if we knew TBD and Mayhem and all these teams were going to be there and that's when we decided to play 5, 6 games, 7 games, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, when it comes to men's, you see the Family or Blazers or, you know, any of these other top teams. Oh, there's a tournament. If Rubicon's in 35 and up, you know, if Rubicon's is going and playing in a tournament 35 and up and Bad Blood's at a tournament, those teams that'll play more games than they've played any other week of the season, like, it shows
so
that you're trying
like
to.
At the end of the day, do you feel like those teams that, I'm not going to say any team predominantly does that per se,
but that's how it would
like
be. That's how it would be
itself
done.
out when you get to the playoffs.
Oh, I mean,
I think the trouble, because we've talked about it for like the last 2 episodes, you know, there's a possibility when we get to the end of the season, we talked about what happened last week.
Some top teams ending up in B.
Family had 3 losses.
If they mess around and have one more bad day and they lose 1 or 2 more games and the other teams play out to have, you know, better records or whatever.
Yeah. So do you think like that is something that is, I don't want to say something that needs to be fixed because it's not really anything you can be fixed, but when it comes to playoffs, do you feel like that's going to be an issue? Like, do you think it's going to win itself out?
Oh, yeah. I think it's just going to be an issue for the sheer fact that someone's going to be mad that they end up in B. Because like we talked about before, there's going to be some good teams that end up in B. It's inevitable. There are going to be teams that people feel like don't deserve to be in A. But how can you say a team doesn't deserve to be in A? Like if it's their first time making it there, like it's like eventually
they play who they played.
Eventually, a team is going to break the threshold and make it to A for the first time, and teams are going to be like ATA, for example. A lot of teams were dogging ATA that first season. They went 7-3 or 8-2 and whatever.
Yeah, because at a point they was like 6-0.
Yeah, and
they hadn't really,
they didn't play anybody. And so this speaks perfectly to the example, right? Because then yes, they went and got dusted in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. But now ATA is playing Blood Riders or Bad Blood Good. Remember they gave them the best game of the season up until Rubicons and whatnot. And ATA is a team now we have confidence in picking against a lot of teams. So it's like eventually these teams are going to break the threshold. And are we just going to sit there and keep pointing and saying they're trash when they do because you didn't win enough games or because like you requested to play top teams? Like not every team has to request to play top teams. Like that shouldn't be a prerequisite to making A. Like, oh, since I requested top teams, I should make it into A regardless. Like that would be, I wouldn't argue with that, but expecting that without the discussion is ridiculous in my opinion. Like if you put that hard schedule on yourself, you know damn well you can go 7 and you can go 7-3, you can go 6-4, and if you're 6-4, you're not making it into A. Like
I think that was a threshold last season.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can't sit. It's a coin flip if you make it to A, which is when the bias can come into play.
6-4, 7-3 is that line of saying,
and that's where
you're going to be in A or B.
Well, and then that's when the bias comes into play, and it's reasonable bias because we know some of these teams, like last season, right, with TDR being where they were at 7-3, right, and if there were a bunch,
they just ain't show up for 3.
I'm just saying either way, those would be 28-point losses, right? So it was 0. So the differential would have stacked and could have put them lower than whatever. But we all know they're not a B team.
Right.
Same with like I said, Straw Hats, Blazers, Dread Gods, some of these other teams. But you know, Wet, you feel unkin dirty. So, but you play 5 tough teams and you lose 5 of those games by 1 point. Like if the Family loses 2 more games by 1 point, they would have lost 5 games by 1 point. And at 5-5, you can't explain it to the people who don't know, I guess, like that, why they would be. If you showed the standings and then showed the Family in A at 5-5, and there was no context, you didn't know who they really were or anything, people would be like, why are they up in A?
Right.
Which is where I guess the discussion needs to be had. But since we know, it's not an issue right now because we know. Like, I guess it's more so not the good teams that shouldn't be in B. It's more so about what teams that aren't in A that actually do deserve to be there and get there. Because what if they are snubbed for one of those teams that we biasly just put in A?
I just think so. Like I mentioned,
because how do you explain that to a team
No,
that is happy that they made A? Like all season, they're like, dude, if we just win this last game, we're gonna be A because we're 7-3 type deal.
Because I think it's gonna be. I really do. I really think we're gonna get to the end of the season and it's gonna be because top 20 teams make A.
Yep.
I really think it's gonna be a situation where probably like 16 through like maybe 25, 26. So like a 10-team gap is gonna be like 6 and 4 and 7-3,
and a lot of those teams being A potential teams.
Some of those teams are gonna be like those 6 and 4 teams possibly could be A teams, and some of those 7.
But their 4 losses, losses were for Florida, the Family, Shada Gang, and 𝙃𝙃𝙄𝙎. Those are your 4 losses. It's like, well, damn, you know what I mean?
And then you got other teams who have those 3 losses, but they have 3 losses,
but
their
lost
7 wins aren't against.
They lost to Sippin, Flashbang, in freaking Anarchy, and like
I'm thinking their 7 wins aren't against high level.
Well, so to that point, or you could look at the losses too, like who did they lose to?
Right.
Like where's their floor at? So it's just like, you know, if you have 4 losses to a top 10 team at the end of the season, it's like you should have rightful bias, in my opinion, because we know that's like where we just all know our community like that. Right. But for the context of those who don't have context, right? It would be confusing.
You just look at the name on the schedule.
If people watch our podcast, right, and they don't come out to Supreme and they don't really put faces to names and know who all these teams are, they just hear us saying all these team names, right? Then it would be confusing to them as to why some of these teams would end up in A with a worse record than other teams. But
I don't think they would end up in A with the worst record. I just think
I'm just saying, because like, what if a 7-3 team ends up in B, and a 6-4 team ends up in A that is just better? That's what I'm saying. What if a 7-3? What if 𝙃𝘎𝙎 goes 7-3? Right, and they're the 19th spot or the 20th spot, and at 6-4. Is the Family, and they're 21st.
You have to put the 7-3 team on top.
That's what I'm saying.
Because of the record.
But that's the point that I'm trying to make, though. You know what I mean? Is like to the teams that would be getting snubbed out of the A division, because there's the same way the A teams that we know are A teams would be getting snubbed if it just went based on their record. The teams that
is that really a snub though? Because
I mean, they would feel like it's a snub because they like, wow, we're getting penalized for having harder losses than other teams. Like if we put all dummies,
if you had like schedules,
if the Family showed up on a tournament weekend and played 7 games on a tournament weekend when no one was there, they're going 7-0 and they're blowing every team out by 40.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, so that's the point though. Like they would be upset if they didn't make A because their losses, like they have more losses, but the losses they're better losses. They're quality losses, dude. Like you're losing to the Chiefs, bro, or you losing to the Lions.
The Lions are kind of decent though.
But of recent history. But you get what I'm saying. Of recent history is like, you know, an organization like that. People would say even the Jaguars. So you lose to the Jaguars, or you beat the Jaguars, and then
go lose to the Texans or something.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? You know. So I get both sides of the argument, and I don't, like I said at the beginning, to top all of this off, it's not an issue until it is. So as of right now, it's not an issue, and we'll see if it becomes an issue. And if the playoffs, if it's an issue, then it's something that'll be addressed and it'll be fixed quickly. It's not. I don't think it's going to be something that it'll be an issue, but not a problem, if that makes sense. Like it'll be a minor inconvenience as far as like, oh, it happened now, yada yada yada. Tone, Auntie, and everybody, they'll get it taken care of, and then moving forward, it's something.
I don't think it's too much you can take care of with that, truthfully.
No, I'm saying, I'm saying moving forward. No, it'll never happen again.
I definitely understand that.
So because this would be,
I think your record is your.
Because there's so many good teams. Before there wasn't 20 teams that all deserved to be an A. Like you would say, there was always that 15 to 20 range was always like, you could take some B teams and replace those last 5 A teams.
But now you
can't. I don't think you can do that now.
Do you really think there's a solid like 20 teams in Supreme that you can honestly say, hey, these are A teams
Yeah.
that are deserving of being in the A
Yeah,
bracket.
no, and maybe that's something that you and I need to look at. We can look at all the schedules and write down a team list, or we can see if Tone already just has a team list separated.
Right.
And we can rank who we believe is an A team just off rip. That way, when the playoffs come around, it can be just something we reference and just say, hey, who do we think was A halfway through the season?
I like that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely like that.
You know, just for discussion purposes, because that's a good question. Because like I said, over the last couple of seasons, there's definitely been 15 A teams.
Oh,
but
yeah,
those,
no,
but the 15,
no
but 16 to 20,
I think
you
16
could always
to 25.
exchange. You could.
I think 16 to 25.
That's what I'm saying.
That little
is you
10
can
team
exchange
range,
all
you
of
can
those.
exchange a couple of
and,
people.
And on their best day, could all make a run for their money in A.
Yeah.
Make a run for it, not go win that. You know, they'd have the other team would have to have their worst day. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be interesting, dude. That's definitely something we should do, is get a team list together and just kind of rank the teams just off of, you hear the name Dread Gods, A team. You know what I mean? And if you don't think A team off rip, like,
if there's any type of hesitation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, because until we get to that,
we'll see.
You know.
I say we're about halfway through.
There's 10
So
weeks, so
I'll say probably by like week 8. So in another 2 weeks, we'll see. Because those records will be...
a lot of teams will be done with their records.
A lot of teams will be done with their records, or they'll be in a situation where they only have 2 or 3 games left to play.
Yeah, and it'll be pretty clear-cut what'll happen if they win or lose those games, or
Yeah.
we'll know what questions will come up if they win said games or lose said games. So, but yeah, that's good questions. Good for adding that in. We went from a 35-minute to a 50-minute, and that was a good 15 minutes that we added right there.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, to recap, put your picks in. FlagBeast is going to win all their games, and I'm still up in the pick challenge.
Wow, that's crazy.
Y'all have a good rest of your week. We'll see y'all Sunday. Boop.